National Regulars, Niels. Nice to see you down here. How are you getting on?
Well, I started off quite well. Before the first break, I got up to 14,000 chips. This last session, I've bleeded away chips a little bit, so I'm down to 9,000.
And how have you found your table? Has it been tough?
Well, before the first break, I was on my initial table, and that was there's quite a bit of re-raising, and I was fairly comfortable on that table. The new table that I'm on, it's well, I've been a bit card dead, so it's been a bit frustrating.
Have you been raising a lot of pots yourself, or just playing a bit more passive?
A bit passive. The 2 or 3 pots that I have raised, I haven't hit the flop. I've put in a continuation bet and had to give up after that. So
have you had to bluff anything in particular?
I've had a couple of bluffs, but that's only on blind versus blind situations, so for not very many chips.
And is there anyone you recognise around you?
Well, about an hour ago, Gandhi joined our table, and there's a couple of people I've played with before on the table as well.
Is he around on your left or your right? Do you have position?
He's almost directly opposite, so I've got slight position on him, but we're basically opposite sides of the table.
All right, well, good luck later on.
Thank you.
Right, I'm here with JJ Hazan. How are you doing, JJ?
Feeling good, doing fine, and on completely crap form.
Well, who was your poker idol growing up?
I didn't have a poker idol growing up, so I
More recently?
well, when I was young, I think Amarillo Slim was right up there. Stu Unger is probably my favourite poker player of all time.
And if you could play heads up against any player in the world, who would it be?
Dave Penley, because I've never ever lost to him.
Okay. What was your first car?
First car was a Morris Minor, and I had it illegally at 16 for a year at a very posh boarding school, and I used to drive to the pubs with my mates.
My mother had a Morris Traveller. Do you remember? Is it the same thing with the wooden doors?
Morris Traveller's the estate version of the Morris Minor. It's my little Moggy Minor.
I used to be really embarrassed when I was a kid.
I was very proud. Well, I had a car at 16 is quite cool, so yeah.
And if you're an animal, what would you be and why?
Ooh, an animal. Probably a lion, because kind of got ginger hair like me, quite hairy like me, likes to be the boss like me, and people are scared of them.
London or Vegas?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Got to be Vegas 6 months of the year, London 6 months of the year.
Oh, I like that, sitting on the fence.
Not on a fence, I love both.
If you had to put these in order of importance, how would you rate them? Poker, love and money.
Love, got to be love first. Poker, and then money.
Who is your least favourite poker player?
My least favourite poker player is probably Jeff Kimber, because I just cannot find a way of beating him.
And tell me a poker slang word that you use.
A slang word?
Or like a poker phrase that you like to use.
Poker phrase. No, I kind of use a lot of them, guys. I can't think of what now.
Okay, and is there any particular song that pops into your head when you're playing poker? Like a favourite song?
Winner Takes It All.
I like it. Thank you, JJ.
Thank you, darling.
Do you think poker is a game of luck or skill?
I just bust out the tournament today. I think it's 100% luck, if not more.
If you could play anyone heads up for a rolls, who would it be?
I'd like to play Praz because in the first GUKPT we got heads up and he bashed me up, so I owe him one. And also, if we're playing heads up for rolls, he's got a lot of money, and so I may as well take the lot.
Do you think you're better than Praz?
It's not even a question. 100%.
Is there any song that pops into your head whilst you're all in or during the tournament?
The only thing that pops into my head when I'm all in is just praying for the other guy not to call, so I'm not really thinking of any songs or anything, no.
If you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Tall.
I'd agree with that one.
Lucky and tall.
If you could slow roll anyone, who would you like to slow roll?
Wow, there's about half the people in this room who like to slow roll. I think slow rolling is getting more popular as time goes on. Everyone seems to be slow rolling everyone these days. So no one specific, but just anyone who has done it to me in the past, I'd like to do it. But mine's going to be, I have so much Hollywood that it's just going to be almost ridiculous. So.
Is there no one that pops into your mind, that anyone you really dislike?
Not really, because everyone I can think of I like, and I don't want to do it to anyone I like, but the people I don't know who have done it to me, like, and kind of chuckle to themselves after they've done it.
Has that been on cash games or in tournaments?
But both. A couple of times to knock me out of a tournament. Yesterday I had it in a cash game in a big pot, which wasn't very nice. But yeah, I like to give as good as I get, so I only pick on the people who do it to me.
Right, McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's, 100%.
North or South London?
I live in South London now, after much persuasion by James, so I have to say South London.
UK or Vegas?
I don't think I could have one without the other. I couldn't live in Vegas 12 months a year. I wouldn't have anywhere else as home but UK. But you can't really beat the buzz of Vegas when you're there and having a good time with all your friends. So it has to be Vegas, but I have to come home for a certain amount of months as well.
In order of importance, poker, love or money?
Poker, love and money. They seem to all come as a three. When you've got no money, you can't play poker and no one seems to love you. When you get one, you seem to get the other two. So it's too hard for me to pick. If I didn't pick love, then I'd get in trouble with a few people. But I'm playing poker for money, so I'm going to say money.
And last question, if you're an animal, what would you be and why?
I got described once as a depressed panda when I was playing on TV once. I think I had ace at the time. I was trying to look very depressed. I was trying to obviously put my best poker face on. Barney Boatman called me a depressed panda, so I think I have to stick with that one.
Last question, have you got any poker nicknames?
I got called the Mantis. I like to think that's because I'm very deadly. It's someone that you should fear. Realistically, I'm just very gangly, so I think that's why I get called.
Thanks a lot, Carl. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.